we've just gotten the updated information on Laura's track from the National Hurricane Center. Here is Chief Meteorologist David Bernard.
Guys, it is a tough night for all of us here in Louisiana because Southwest Louisiana is facing one of the worst hurricane disasters in our state history. We are looking at a 150-mile-per-hour storm. That is a Category 4. The pressure is down 10 millibars in the last 3 or 4 hours. This storm is strengthening all the way to the coast. Hurricane hunters are in there. It could get close to a Category 5. That would be 156 miles per hour. The position, 90 miles south of Lake Charles. So we are literally just hours away from devastating winds impacting Lake Charles, Louisiana as a Category 4 storm. So the track takes it into the southwest corner of the state at 150 where it is right now, maybe a little bit stronger. That's not going to make a difference if it's a 5 or a 4 when you're talking about a storm of this intensity. And then as we go into the afternoon hours tomorrow, weakening to a 70-mile-per-hour storm over Shreveport. But I've been emphasizing all day, there are going to be major impacts in all of our cities in western Louisiana. Alexandria, Shreveport, even Monroe could have significant power outages and damage. Let's take you through the current Hurricane Hunter reconnaissance flight that's in there right now. First, it went by the southeast eye wall. It found surface winds estimated at 142 miles per hour, obviously a major hurricane. Then the plane came back around for another pass and started to go through the eye wall. It found another surface wind of 147 miles per hour with a pressure of 948 millibars and a top flight wind of 158 miles per hour. It crossed through again a little while ago with a wind from the southwest at flight level 137 and estimated pressure of 935. The storm is still deepening. Now the plane is coming back through and he's getting ready to go through the center from the east before we get that 10 o'clock advisory, and that will give us one of the final estimates on how strong this hurricane is going to be.
David Bernard.
As suspected, there have been some subtle changes to the watches and warnings. The hurricane warning is still in effect almost to Pensacola and Mobile. So obviously a hurricane warning there all along the Gulf Coast. Now for our area, we have seen the hurricane warnings dropped west of Grand Isle. So Lafourche and Terrebonne, you're now in a tropical storm warning. They're always pretty conservative about dropping these things. I mean, Lafourche is in a tropical storm warning, but Ascension Parish and Livingston is in a hurricane warning. I wouldn't be too concerned right now if I was in those parishes, but we still have the hurricane warning up for the parishes around Lake Pontchartrain, including New Orleans, and for good reason. We've got a hurricane out there, and it's east of the river. Now, it's not moving. It's, drifting west-northwest at 3. It's forecast that it could get a little bit stronger tomorrow morning, 110, and then maybe encounter some unfavorable conditions as it nears the coast. But it's all relative because the forecast still crosses the coastline as a Category 2 storm late tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. I caution. It looks like most of the trend is to the east, but the forecast cone is wider than normal at a 24-hour period because of the weak steering currents creating some uncertainty. So it does still extend as far west as Bay St. Louis. Here's a satellite picture tonight, and there's that big burst of storms we saw go off with Sally like we saw earlier today, and then they've kind of collapsed.
Weather Authority forecast from David Bernard.
Well, it was warm today, wasn't it? And it was muggy. Now, we had the lake fog sticking around the city most of the day, and the lakefront only got to 76. We broke out a bit at the airport at 81. Away from the lake, look at that, 83, 84 degrees. The record today at the airport, 83. So this is flirting with record heat this time of year. Pretty sunset tonight. Clouds are starting to break. Drier air is going to be building in. Now, here's the cold front. You're saying, now, wait a minute, David. It's 80 at Houston and it's 80 at New Orleans. So this is one of those humidity fronts. So that's going to be the first step, is getting the humidity out of here. These are the dew points. Look at that, 71 at Mobile and New Orleans. Muggy feel. 60s and 50s just to our west, and that's coming in later tonight. North winds are going to kick up after 8 o'clock, and that's the front that's going to be coming through, and the air is going to get progressively nicer as we go into the evening hours. Look at tomorrow, 74, sunny, low humidity. It's going to be a perfect day. You're going to love it. All right, in the tropics